why? What is INEC's interest in denying people the right to vote?
Well, simply because they were not prepared for it. It's not a deliberate attempt, perhaps, to deny people, but because they were not prepared for it. For instance, if you go and open an account with a bank, it takes you about 1 week to get your, what do you call it, the cash card that you can go to any ATM and withdraw your cash. That is the bank. You have an institution that have existed over the years, and they cannot afford to produce a simple plastic that carried information that they call permanent voter's card. And when you go and queue and register as a voter, legitimately backed by the law, and it takes you 5-6 months without getting the permanent voter's card. And in the process of queuing, even to get the permanent card, the situation gets chaotic. At a point, the security have to intervene and even tear gas people. This is against the interest of the country and the interest of the electoral process. This is fact. I've been part of elections since 1999, very effective, and I know what it is. This is an exercise.
Now, Mr. Shoyabe, you have heard the criticism, and you know some people will say that they agree completely with Mr. Gabam in terms of the efficiency of INEC in registering people. They wonder why, if the private sector can do it, why does it take INEC so long, or why does the process have to be so elaborate to be able to get a simple card?
In fact, I was, let me welcome Malagarba, and I was laughing when he was saying some of the things. Number one, it is not right to even compare the voter's card with an ATM card.
Why?
They are cards, obviously, because they perform two different functions. And the laws that govern this particular issue of the voter's card is such that it is not a card which you can get immediately. Number one, you have to register. You have to present yourself for registration. Number two, after registration, you cannot just be processing the cards on an individual basis. You have to batch them when it is voter's card.
Is that from the law as well?
Well, no, that's just the guidelines.
That's just the guideline that INEC
You cannot just take one card and say you are going back with one card, and then go and back it up, and then check whether it's a multiple registrant or not. The processes are definitely different. The process for taking your ATM is different from the process
of taking your example.
They are not the same.
Now,
number one,
yeah.
We have to compare this particular card. You have to, number one here, you have to go to a designated place to register. You have to take this information back to what we call our back-end solution and compare with the old registrants in the federation. Then number two, we have to go out and print the card. The process is so odious and so cumbersome than what you have in other places.
But
there are some things.
Sorry, Mr. Shoyabe, that's the point. They say the process is so odious. You seem to be talking about laws and guidelines guiding it, and you seem to be blaming it from. Some people say it doesn't have to be. I mean, only recently. Sorry to interrupt you, Mr. Gabam, but there are people who are saying that we can actually do for free. Help INEC merge this thing with the ATM cards that people already have.
Thank you very much. That's where I was going.
You've heard of that, right?
In some countries, you can use just your ordinary identity card to vote. Here, you have a different driver's license, a different ATM card, a different voter's card. There is national card coming. All these things can be merged. This is the solution to most of these problems we face. Even we're talking about the... And
Nigerians said they can do it. Why is nobody consulting the Nigerians
just the
who say they can do it?
Ground, which I'm telling you. For instance, now we are talking about the card. Some people registered on Friday. They are going to get their cards. Probably they will get their cards before the next election. There are people who have even registered for probably the identity card. They have not even gotten it. These laws are so tedious. By the day, I even want to say that we are working together with other agencies now to have an integrated card. It's so important.
Yeah.
Because most of these cumbersomeness will not be removed. Now, he talked about some other things because I want to...
Let him quickly respond to that. I mean, you have responded to
let me say,
is this response satisfactory for you?
With all sense of responsibility.
Yes.
I don't have any country except Nigeria. I've been part of this process for quite a long time. And INEC is suffering from gross inefficiency over the years. And there is no attempt to rectify this problem.
He says it's the laws. He says it's the laws.
I'm not blaming them completely, because if the laws are stiff, they have a responsibility to pick up these issues, go to the National Assembly and deal with them. You know, it's about fast-tracking a process that deal with the sensitivity of the people. There are people that almost get into a year have not gotten this permanent voters card. This is the true picture of the whole thing. And INEC have access to every bit of information because they have field officers who understood all this. Even to an extent that getting the voter card, you need to part with something. I don't know why the institution cannot look at this thing as a national service and deal with it ruthlessly. The INEC chairman, I saw him before yesterday, I was very happy with his response when he picked up the issue of doing something very urgent to deal with, you know, seducing people to vote or deal with voters' card. And that is what the service is all about. The efficiency, the efficacy of that service delivery is what defines INEC. Anything short of that, it will mar the election. It will give election a lot of credibility problem that will deal with the election. Whoever was elected under that process that wasn't clean and clear, it will have a lot of things to deal with as a nation. Number two, there's no way, if you conduct an election now, we are heading to 2019 election, and you will tell me that you have no time to prepare for another 4 years election to come, and you are telling me that you are efficient, you are prepared for the election. In every outing of INEC, they will tell you they are fully prepared. At the hour of the need, you'll find them bringing a lot of defensive issues. Look, this is about collectivism. It's about our nation. It's not about just the institution as INEC. It's about all of us that have been going out, canvassing, supporting INEC, pursuing people or persuading people to go and register and get their card for their own national service to the nation. In protecting our institutional democracy and the sanctity of the process is what we are talking about.
Mr. Soyebe, you didn't get to respond to the vote
yes, the issue of the... Let me say some of the things, because I always deal with facts and figures. When we say we are prepared, and our elections themselves speak for themselves. We've had about 182 different constituencies since 2015. I want us to look at the profile of each of these elections, and you'll have seen a tremendous improvement, even up till the last ones we did in Katsina and Bauchi. You will see a tremendous improvement. It depends on who is looking and what the person is looking at. Now, still talking about these cards, I'm happy that we all, because it's inevitable, we are all aware that there are so many things that we can do. We own the single largest data of Nigerians in the whole country now. And we have been advocating for integration with some other data. It makes it so easy for people. But don't forget that these are cards that are delimited. It has to be delimited to a particular polling booth.
Mr. Shoyabi,
and then talking about the distribution,
yes,
we don't distribute cards.